Hello YouTube, this is Satsu 5. We're talking about the FGX Cold Steel Balisong. Got Porkman out here today. And before we get started on the video, I just want to talk about that this is a completely non-metallic Balisong knife. And it's not really a good flipper as is from the box, although you can do stuff with it. And that's mainly because it's double-edged. So it has all these serrations on it. They're not gonna, cut really deep on your fingers, but it is pretty uncomfortable. So if you want to get this as a trainer, I'd suggest that you file those down. But you can manipulate it. I'm doing some basic horizontals, quick draws, and you can do some reverse grip horizontals, latch drops. So you can actually manipulate it, but just keep in mind those serrations are not fun to hit against your fingers.
Because it will draw blood. Yeah,
they will draw blood. I don't know if you can see that, but that's some old wounds that I got from it. Nothing major, but it's just not comfortable. I perceive this as mostly being a stabbing implement. What we're going to do, we're going to stab it, but we're also going to do some cuts because I want to get some side pressure on it to really test these pivots to see if these pivots are strong enough. And something to keep in mind, this is from the FGX series of Cold Steel's non-metallic knives. What makes this a little bit different than the other FGX series? Well, the fact that it's self-contained. It has basically a built-in sheath, the two handles, so you can actually stick this in your pocket and not worry about it punching through your pocket, stabbing through your pocket, hanging up on stuff in your pocket, cutting, scratching, anything. So you can actually carry this in your pocket without really worrying about it poking into you. So that's a really cool thing about the FGX Balisong. If you get any of the other FGX series, I know some people get custom sheaths made for them, but that's not necessary with this. So here in a little bit, we're going to get started on Porkman.
Where would you personally carry this?
That's very interesting. I guess at a concert, something that I haven't tried carrying this into the nightclub that I normally go to. I usually carry a pepper spray and a flashlight. But what I do, because every time he frisks me, if there's anything in his pockets, he's really feeling around there. So usually what I do is I get my keys and my flashlight and pepper spray, and I hold them in my hands like this, and he frisks me, and it's not that big of an issue. So I haven't tried carrying this into the nightclub yet, and if I get caught with it, I might not be welcome back. But like a concert, maybe some place that has a metal detector but doesn't necessarily frisk you, I will not recommend carrying this on an airplane. Some people suggest, these G10 knives and stuff. It's like, oh, I can get through security with this. And just keep in mind, if you get caught at TSA with something like this or anything like that, you become the bad guy, in my opinion. That just seems like a not smart move. But I'd say concert, maybe a water park, theme park type thing. Also, I think it's worth noting it has no pocket clip, so it's going to be kind of just sitting in your pocket. And probably how I'll draw this is with the free handle facing out, grabbing it like this, flipping up well, it doesn't really have a free handle, they're both bite handles, but with the latch flipping away from you and then opening it up like that and getting to work. So
about how much did it cost?
Well, $12 from Blade HQ. I would not recommend buying it from Cold Steel because it's like $10 shipping. So this was like $12 for the price of the product. I think like $2 shipping, shipped to your house, so about $14.
And also, do you think you could use it as a coupoton in that situation with it closed?
You can. It actually has somewhat of a point right here, or it's not like sharp, but it's going to multiply that force onto a smaller area. So, you know, you can open it up, you can hit with it, and that hurt. And now, then if you need to, you can deploy the blade. But I think that's about it. Let's get to testing. First, we're going to give kind of a slash and see how nasty that slash is, and see if the pivots hold up. That was minimal, just kind of barely cut into the fat. And you did get into the meat a little bit. Let's do another one. A little bit deeper, but not quite as significant.
That's actually better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
You want to try real low, like a nice pressure cut. You're actually putting it up and just pressing.
Okay.
Some more just ripping.
Yep.
Not the best cut.
Okay. I want to do just kind of a straight thrust. Then I'm going to do a ice pick thrust. That was very little resistance. Okay, this is how I kind of envision this being used. Okay, I'm going to try raking it out, doing kind of a pull down kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Let's see. You have a flashlight on you, Austin? Oh, wait, that's good. Let's see. Let's switch spots real quick. Just open that up.
Wow. That's deep. That's pretty nasty. Pretty decent. I'm pretty happy with that. Not so much good as a slash, but you know, stabbing and pulling out, you're definitely gonna rip and tear and cut things.
Can I give it a try?
Sure.
Okay.
It's on the other side. Cool.
All right, that was a lot of pressure, and as you can see, the pivot did not give or anything like that. I just ripped the duct tape from the meat, and that was a lot of torque on the actual pivot, and the integrity of the butterfly knife is very sound.
Mm-hmm. Now, how's the tip on that thing?
See if we can wipe off some of the goo. The tip has slightly blunted, but as you can see, I'm holding up the meat. It still stabs just fine. And what's interesting, as I'm stabbing slower, I can actually feel the serrations drive in. I can feel the serrations go. Let's see. All right, I mean, that's obviously not the performance of a metal knife, but I mean, if you put that up against someone's forearm, it's going to do exactly the same thing. I mean, skin is slightly tougher than something that doesn't have skin, but you could just work at it. I mean, that's a cut.
Mm-hmm.
That is a cut. So thank you for watching the video, and you need to go buy one of these.
Too cheap or too affordable not to buy. So, thank you for watching. This is Chemo Kid 1SS, or Matthew Culbertson as his channel's now known as, and Hisatsu 5, also known as Austin Culbertson, and we're out.